Hey y'all, Brian from Hygraph here, and sometimes you need more than one CMS for your project. Even with Hygraph's robust permissions and roles system, sometimes the perception of a separation is better for things like your legal team. Maybe your legal team needs its own Hygraph instance, but you need your data coming all together in one API. That's where Hygraph's remote source functionality comes in, and that's what we're going to take a look at today. All right, so we're going to get started and we're going to take a look at two different projects. We have here a project that is in need of legalese and a project that is for our legal department. To get started, we need to open up the API for our legal team's Hygraph instance. We'll do that by heading over to Project Settings and going to our API access. Here you're going to be able to access the endpoints. We'll get to that here in a second, but also turn on our public API. Yes, I know your legal team might want this behind a permanent auth token, and you can certainly do that. We're just going to take the streamlined approach for this and just say this is only for our published documents. So that's all that's necessary here. We're going to initialize the defaults, and that's going to give us everything that we need to read the documents in this system. From here, we need to copy the endpoint. We're going to take the high performance content API here out for a spin, and then we're going to head on over to the in need of legalese project. You can see here, we actually don't have much in the way of schema. We're going to build that out later. It'll be a whole website, maybe 2 apps, something like that. But we need to first add a remote source in. So let's add that here, and we'll call this legalese. We are going to make this a GraphQL API because Hygraph is a GraphQL API, and we're going to give it that base URL that we got from the content API. From here, we could fill out some more functionality, but we don't actually need any of this right now. We're just going to click the add button and wait for that to do the introspection on the other Hygraph project and give us all the queries that we need. All right, that's saved in. Now we're going to go to our query model and add a top-level remote source field. You can see here, we don't have any fields here yet. We're going to add a GraphQL field here. We'll call this one legal docs. And then we're just going to keep this as it stands, the remote source and the method of post. And then we're going to select the documents that we want to come in when this is queried. In this case, we want all of the legalese, who knows? We need all those documents. We're not going to do any of the arguments here. We want all the documents to come in. And then we're going to be able to come down here and add this field. Once this is added in, we'll actually be able to head on over to our API playground and actually collect this data in our API. So we come over here and we can see now that we have a legal docs area in our query, and that's going to give us all the information that we need, including the title of the page, the dense legalese, which is a big rich text field. We will grab the raw JSON for that to actually consume in our front end. And then we probably need a human readable explanation as well, and that can just be a plain text field. We play that, and here we have all of that information, and this is coming from the other project. This is not in any way, shape, or form in the in need of legalese area. You can see we don't even have a schema for any documents in this project. So that's how we can combine up more than one Hygraph project into one singular API. Again, if we need to keep things separate, firmly separate, 2 projects can be the way to go. If you have any questions on this, be sure to hop into slack.hygraph.com and let us know. Otherwise, keep doing amazing things with Hygraph, and we'll see you next time.